Hello everyone. Welcome to the Let Us Lead Masterclass. I'm your host, Vishwadeep Banerjee. As a reminder to all of you, Let Us Lead believes in people centricity and servant leadership. We are trying to build the next generation of managers and leaders here. So if you're not aligned with our mission, then please skip this and move on to other things in life. And those who are aligned with our purpose, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram as well. Let Us Lead recently ventured in the podcasting world as well. And you can find my podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Hubhopper, Acast, Breaker, and Khabri as well. All the links are given in the description below. Also note that this masterclass is following up the First Time Managers, a complete guide full-length training course that we completed in 2021. So if you have not gone through that, then I would request you to also go through that course to learn different aspects of management, just to get you going. Alright, let's get started with Let Us Lead Masterclass, taking you to the next level. So today we are starting with our second episode, and that is how to create a culture. How to create a culture for your organization if you're a leader, and how to create a culture for your team if you're a manager. As usual, I always like to start with the definition so we understand what we're dealing with here. So what is a culture, by the way? Let us understand that first. A culture is a set of ideas, customs, and social behavior of a particular people or society. Different countries have different culture. In one culture, the color white is considered good during a certain occasion, and in another culture can be considered as a bad omen. Some countries prohibits eating ham, and some other countries maybe prohibits eating beef. Different organizations also have different culture. In one organization, employee with a sense of humor is celebrated, while in another, employee with a sense of humor can find himself or herself in trouble. Some organizations have autocratic culture, some organizations might have democratic culture. Cultures can be seen during hiring people also. It can be seen how people treat each other in the organization. There can be companies with greedy culture. There can be companies who believes in natural talent, or there can be companies who believes in people being gritty and they hire gritty people. So we can say that culture is based on shared attitude, beliefs, customs, and written and unwritten rules that have been developed over time and are considered valid. Now, before I venture into culture building, let me also clear some air regarding some cultural myths that exist. There are many, but I would like to give two very common examples. We have heard and seen many people use this term, like we have high performance culture in our company or team. High performance or low performance is an output. It is a result of something. An output cannot be a culture. Suppose in my family, everyone is fit and slim. Can I say that we have a slim culture at home? No. I can say that we have a culture of eating a lot of greens and veggies every day. We have a culture of eating clean and doing yoga and meditation or going to the gym, which results in everybody looking young and keeping fit. Similarly, you can have a culture at work which will result in high-performing teams. Or for that matter, here is one more. There is nothing called innovation culture. I can build a culture of trust, learning, collaboration, which will foster innovation at the end. So please keep that in mind when you're trying to build a culture. Decide first whether you would want yourself and your team to align with your organization's culture, or you would want to build your own team culture. Now, this is extremely important question. I cannot emphasize this more, how critical this is. If your organization already have a great culture, then chances are that you are in that organization due to shared values. So aligning with organization's culture makes a lot of sense rather than spending a lot of effort and reinventing the wheel. Only when you think your organization does not have a great culture, or there is focus of leadership on culture building, then only building your team culture makes perfect sense. Hope I made myself amply clear here. Now, provided you're trying to build your own culture from the scratch, then ask yourself 3 follow-up questions. Are you aligned with the culture? Remember what I told you during the previous episode on inspiration. It starts with you. Here as well, it starts with you. You should be the torch bearer of that culture. So you need to breathe and live that culture daily, whether or not people are getting aligned quickly or not. You cannot take any step yourself which goes against your cultural practices. Your alignment with the culture is number 1 priority. Or question number 2. Are you 100% committed towards culture building? Your team will eventually feel and realize by observing you daily your commitment to the culture. So do not fake one bit. Culture building takes time. Sometimes a lot of time, a lot of days, months, and maybe years. So if you cannot give time and effort behind culture building and do not have patience to develop it, then do not even think of starting it. Third question, can you sustain it? This is the third most important question in this whole list. Are you trying to create a culture which is an extreme opposite of your organization's culture? Or are you trying to build something which is close to your organization's culture, but with some differences, which will allow you to carry on building it without coming under the scanner of your top leadership? For example, in a highly autocratic organization, if you try to build a laissez-faire style of culture in your team, sooner or later it will collapse. You know it. But if you want to ease out the autocratic management style a bit and sometimes give your team members sane things, that might work out and be sustained for a longer period of time. Similarly, let's say your organization values no employee to be contacted post his or her shift to respect work-life balance. If you break that code of conduct altogether and start contacting every day or every week, then sooner or later it will collapse as well. So what I'm trying to say here is, do not go extreme in culture building. At first, sit down, understand your organization's existing culture. What are the things you like and what are the things you hate? And slowly start writing down what you can do, which you can embody yourself and can sustain it for a longer period of time. Now that you have answered these questions and are ready to drive the culture in your team, let us discuss how you can start driving the culture. First of all, draft it. Draft the values you want to inculcate in your team. Give your culture an outline in very simple words which others can understand easily. Once you're done with the drafting, then announce it. Call a meeting and announce this to the team. Make them go through the draft and listen to their feedbacks. If there are strong reactions to some points, then you might have to revisit those points. Next is for you to be a role model of this particular culture. Now, we have discussed this before, that unless you as a leader embody this culture first, no one will. Cultivate a no compromise attitude. The team should see and feel every day that come what may, you are damn serious about offenders, and even sometimes at the cost of performance, you stick to your values and culture. Have patience, and as I told, that culture building takes a lot of time. Appreciate people who acts per culture set and upholds it. Every now and then, keep repeating your values and culture set in team meetings, since human memory is short, so we need to get reminded every now and then. With this, we come to the end of this episode. I hope you have learned something today, like the content, and hope you will share with more and more people and support our Let Us Lead mission. I will see you guys soon. Till then, take care of yourself and your family, and most importantly, keep inspiring. Bye-bye.